Hi everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Star Wars Day. And this week's episode of the Clone Wars is, Phantom Apprentice. Ahsoka continues her battle against Maul to free Mandalor. However, trouble brews as the battle between the Separatists and the Republic starts to come to an end, with a new threat looming on the horizon. Okay, things I liked about this episode. While there wasn't a lot I liked about this episode, I want to state that I did not hate this episode. This episode, much like the others in this past season for Clone Wars, was basically to tie up loose ends with Clone Wars, and answer a few questions that had arisen in Rebels as this season came out after Rebels did. So it's kind of to let us know what happened to some of the characters in there and whatnot. And with regards to the first 4 episodes, was also used as an introduction for the Bad Batch as well. Not that these episodes are horrible. They're actually very good. I do like them. The thing is, these are all the first time I'm seeing these episodes right before I do these reviews. So sometimes, unless it really grabs at me, it takes me a while to really decide if an episode's going to move to the I like it category or the I hate it category. Right now, this is in a gray area. I do like it because, number 1, it is about one of my favorite characters, which is Ahsoka. Number 2, it explains what happened to Ahsoka at the beginning-ish of Revenge of the Sith. So we have that, and for those of you who have seen Rebels, particularly Season 2 of Rebels, there were a couple of questions at the beginning of Season 2 and a few at the end of Season 1, particularly with the finale, that revolved around, what had happened to Ahsoka, and actually a lot of questions about that after she left in, I believe, the end of Season 5. So I, like most fans, when I saw that season, which was basically until they came out with the direct-to-DVD version of Season 6, I and then this season as well, it was kind of like, well, what happened to Ahsoka? So I kind of had an advantage, much like other Star Wars fans who watch the shows, as I kind of know, based on with Rebels, what goes on and everything. But, and I hope that's not too much of a spoiler, but I still had a few questions, and these episodes really, these last two episodes in particular, really helped reveal, like, what happened. They do allude to a few things in the Ahsoka novel as to what kind of happened with her during the time period between Clone Wars and when we next see her. But that is from an author's point of view. It's not necessarily canon. This is canon. So we have more concrete, like, this is what Lucasfilm is saying happened to her. And without getting into too much detail on Tales of the Jedi, there is a lot of similarity as to what happened with Ahsoka canon-wise, as opposed canon-wise, and in the Ahsoka novel as well. But if and when I do a review on Tales of the Jedi, I promise I will do a comparison on that video with the Ahsoka novel. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. There really wasn't anything I disliked about this episode. Going into it, I knew that Obi-Wan was not going to be the Jedi that was going to go to Mandalore to help free the planet from Maul's rule. Number 1, it is kind of mentioned in Rebels Season 2. Number 2, it is mentioned in the Ahsoka novel. Number 3, based on the time that the Battle of Mandalore, or the Siege of Mandalore, took place, we kind of knew that Obi-Wan was either on the mission to rescue Palpatine, or he was searching for Grievous. So, timeline out, we knew that what was going to happen on that point. And we knew that Anakin wasn't going to be going there because, number 1, Anakin really doesn't have any ties to Mandalore. Not that Ahsoka does either, but she was there at the beginning of A Friend in Need. She was on Mandalore. She did teach a class on Mandalore, so she does have a few friends on Mandalore, and she was friends to a degree with Satine. So, it makes sense that out of all the Jedi, the two that would most likely be chosen for this would be Ahsoka or Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan being the more logical choice, as he has more of a personal connection through Satine with Mandalore. Whether or not anything really came of it or not is up to Lucasfilm. Though I know a lot of fans like to speculate that stuff did. I myself am in the middle of writing a story or a fanfic on that point called The Lost Princess of Mandalore. So for those of you who read my fanfics on Wattpad and Archive of Our Own, you can feel free to go check those out. And for those of you who watch my Fanfic Corner videos, I got at least 2, maybe 3 videos for that up that you can go view if you would like. So basically, we knew what was going on there, and so to wrap it up, because I don't want this to be a super long video, we knew it was going to come down to one of those two on Mandalore. for the obvious reasons, we kind of knew where Obi-Wan was at that time period, and we kind of knew where Anakin was at that time period too. Number one, Anakin really didn't have. He only had a connection to Mandalore through Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, and through their friendships with Satine and some of the other people who lived on Mandalore. Number two, like Obi-Wan, we kind of knew at this time period where he was. He was either with Obi-Wan rescuing Palpatine, which is what was going on in this video with them, or he was with, or he was on Coruscant being manipulated by Palpatine. Hopefully that's not too much of a spoiler for Revenge of the Sith for those of you who have not yet seen it. I apologize if it was. But if you've seen the original trilogy and not the prequels, you kind of know what happens. But all in all, it was a good episode. I do like it. I really believe once I get through and watch it a few more times, it will probably move into the like category. Again, this is, we have 2 episodes left to go before Clone Wars is officially over. So they're really tying up a lot of loose ends and whatnot in these last few episodes, and particularly in the last 2, I believe they're really going to be tying up a lot of loose ends, and we kind of know based on Revenge of the Sith what's coming up, and which is, you know, Order 66. So we're going to really see what's going to happen with that what happened with that, because we know what happens from Revenge of the Sith. We've seen it in the movies, but it's a very small, and I don't want to say it's a really small part, because it's not. It's a major thing in the movie, but they don't spend a lot of time like showing every single Jedi. They just show a few, some of which we've gotten to know. We've gotten to know through Clone Wars. So but we're going to see the Clone Wars version of what's going on. It's probably not going to focus on the more movie side of it. It's probably going to focus more on what's going on right now. So we're probably going to be focusing on what's going on with Ahsoka during that time period. I know the last 2 episodes do revolve around her. I do know that much. So I have a feeling it's going to revolve around her and what she goes through with Order 66. But we will talk more about that next time, I promise. And, again, I'm going to find out really what goes on as I watch the episodes. So we will definitely talk about that next week, I promise. Next week and the following week. And then we will jump right into a new series. I have a poll going on YouTube for those of you who watch my videos on YouTube, for my YouTube subscribers, and anyone who's not a subscriber but watches my TV Talk videos. I do have a poll going on there on whether or not you guys want me to do the Bad Batch or Rebels following Clone Wars. So go ahead and you can go to vote on that poll, or you can write what you want in the comment section. Okay, feel free to check out my related Star Wars videos. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Number 1, no mean comments. Number 2, no bad or curse words in comments. Number 3, I'm not opposed to debates, but please keep it civil. And finally, number 4, be respectful of me and each other. Okay, please leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Also, feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have my name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. And the links for any sites mentioned in this video will be in the description section. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on YouTube are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends. Basically the same deal. Any of my videos that cannot be found on Facebook are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. I would like to apologize for not posting a video in a while. Unfortunately, I have been in the middle, and I am still in the middle, of a room redecoration project, and unfortunately when I have very little time to get things done, TV talk is the first thing to go on the back burner. I would like to say this will never happen again, but I am a realist, and it probably will, so all I can say is I apologize in advance for when it does. Okay, please like and share if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already if you're watching on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.